How's it going, guys? Chips here with you again, back with another Ark Let's Build video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build this medieval or kind of Tudor style house that you see in front of you now. And for all of the building materials, the paint scheme, and also the map chords, those are in the description below, so check them out down there. But anyways, guys, I'm going to walk you through this step by step with some real easy to follow along instructions so that you can get this build on your Ark. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for checking out the video, and let's go ahead and let's get to building. Alright guys, so real quick before we jump into the building portion, I just wanted to show you the foundation real quick so you can make sure you have enough space where you're going to be building this. So this is going to be our total foundation. Now when we actually start building, I'm going to break it out piece by piece and add the foundation as we go. But this is what you will need as far as space goes to get this build. Alright, let's go ahead and let's start doing this. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is lay down the foundation for the main section of our house. So this is going to be 2 rows of 4 wooden foundations. So just lay down 2 rows of 4 and then go ahead and switch those to block. Alright, so let's go ahead and build up the walls on this. So starting on the front left, we're going to add 4 high stone walls here and then a greenhouse wall on top of that. Next, we're going to place 3 high thatch walls, then a stone wall, and then another greenhouse wall. We'll just repeat this here on the next one, 3 high thatch, a stone wall, and a greenhouse wall. And we're placing the thatch for now, but that will get deleted later. But we need to place it now to hold up the walls above it. Then here on this final foundation, again, 4 stone and 1 greenhouse. And you'll have this for our front wall. Next, over on the left side of our build, we're going to start with 4 high stone walls right here. And then on top of that, we will place a flipped wooden wall and the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top of that. In the next spot, we are going to start off by placing 3 thatch walls again. Then we will place a stone wall on top of that, a flipped wooden wall, and the appropriate sloped wooden wall. On the back side of our build, we're going to start off with 2 stone walls, followed by a stone window frame and reinforced window inside of it. Then we'll place another stone wall, and on top of that, another greenhouse wall. In the next spot, we're going to start with 2 stone double door frames, followed by 2 stone walls and a greenhouse wall on top. We'll do the same thing for the next spot, so 2 stone double door frames, 2 stone walls, and a greenhouse wall. And then in the final spot, we will again place 2 stone walls, a stone window frame and reinforced window, another stone wall, and a greenhouse wall. Over here on the right side wall, on the first foundation, we're going to go in and place, again, 4 high stone walls right here, followed by a flipped wooden wall and the appropriate sloped wooden wall. Then in the next spot, we're going to start off by placing 2 thatch walls at the bottom, followed by 1 stone wall and 2 more thatch walls. Then on top of those, we are going to place a wooden window frame. Now we're going to leave this flipped so that the dark wood is facing us. So place 1 right here and then also place 1 more on top of it. Then go ahead and fill those in with wooden windows. And you'll have something crazy that looks like this at the end of it. Now with our main area built up, we're going to start adding those additional spots. So first, over here on the left in front of these thatch walls, we're going to go ahead in and place down another wooden foundation and switch that to block. Then once we have that switched to block, we're going to place 2 high stone walls on both sides as well as in the front. So 6 total walls like that, and then place the appropriate sloped stone wall on each side. And then we're just going to place a sloped wooden roof on top of that. Next, over here on the back of our build where we have our double stone door frames, we're going to go in here and place 3 wooden triangle foundations like so. Then we're going to go ahead and place 2 high greenhouse walls on each of these foundations. And then on top of those, we're going to place wooden triangle roofs rotated inward so that they're pointing towards our building. At the front of our build where we have these 6 thatch walls, we're going to go ahead and place 1 wooden foundation in front of each of these walls and go ahead and switch those to block as well. Then once we have those switched, we're going to get out a wooden fence foundation and place one on each side of these foundations. With those placed, we're going to snap 3 high wooden pillars to each end of each fence foundation. Now let's add some walls to this portion. So starting on the front left, we're going to place 3 high wooden walls flipped around, followed by the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top. In the next spot, we're going to place a wooden door frame flipped around and a wooden door inside of it, followed by 2 more wooden walls and the appropriate sloped wooden wall on top. Then on each side, we will go ahead and place 3 flipped wooden walls. Now make sure you're snapping them to the foundation, not the fence foundation. Go ahead and do the same thing over here on this side as well. And then on top, we'll just fill in these 2 spots with sloped wooden roofs. Now over on the right side of our build, we're going to go in front of these thatch walls and place down a wooden triangle foundation, then add 5 more to create this shape as I'm doing here. Once we have those placed, we're going to again get out fence foundations, and we're going to be placing them on the lines that are going in towards the middle. So that line right there, place one right here, and then we're just going to do this on every line that points towards the middle out to the corners. So it should be 6 total fence foundations. Then once you have all of those fence foundations placed, we're first going to come in here towards our thatch wall. And on the fence foundation that is on the frontmost of our build right here, we're going to place 5 high wood pillars snapped to it. Then on the same side, on the one that's on the back side of our build, we're going to snap 6 high wood pillars. For the rest of these fence foundations, we're just going to snap 2 high wood pillars to the end of them. Now for building up the walls in this portion, we're going to start off by placing 2 high flipped wooden window frames in each spot, as well as a wooden window inside of them. So do this in each gap all the way around this circular shape. And the reason we're using window frames is not really so much so you can open the windows, but so that we can get a few extra stripes once we paint it, so that we can really go for that medieval or Tudor style look. Next, on top of that, we're going to add 1 high stone walls. Now make sure you flip these around so they're facing the right way that they normally do. So just add 1 high row of stone walls all the way around. Then on top of those stone walls, we'll place stone window frames and reinforced windows on each spot. Then on top of that, we are again going to use the flipped wooden window frames and windows. This time we're going to build them 3 high on each spot. Then with that complete, we're going to go to the top and we're going to add wooden triangle roofs snapped to the top of our window frames, and we're going to rotate them so that they all point inward to give us a point at the top of our build. Now on the inside of our build, we're going to come 3 high here on the walls, so right above those thatch walls there, and we're going to place down wooden ceilings to create our second floor. So just fill in this 2x4 area with wooden ceilings to start. With those placed, we can go ahead now and destroy both of these thatch walls right here. So remove these and the stuff above is still standing. Now we can go ahead and add wooden triangle ceilings in this area in here. Now we're going to leave the backmost spot open for a ladder to help us get up here. So this next spot, leave that one right there open and fill in these other 2 spots. And then now that we have all of our second floor filled in with ceilings, we can go ahead and drop downstairs. I'm going to get out the red gun. We're going to destroy all of these thatch walls that we placed in the beginning. So destroy these ones right here, destroy the 3 over there, and you can destroy these 2 sets of 3 here on the front of our build, because everything is now being supported by ceilings and we no longer need walls to hold stuff up. Let's go ahead outside and head to the top of our build, and we're going to place sloped wooden roofs across the top here, so 4 on each side to fill in our topmost roof. Now we're going to add a few more details to the outside of our build. So first things first, let's go in here in front of our door and add a wooden staircase and a wooden railing on each side of that to get us up into our build when we do want to enter in. Then we're going to go up here to these greenhouse walls, and in front of each greenhouse wall, we're going to place down a thatch ceiling. Sorry, don't place it right there. Place it in front of the greenhouse. There we go. Next, we are going to place a wooden door frame, but we're going to snap it to the thatch ceiling and then flip it around. So rotate it until it's on the ceiling and then flip it. And this will give a little more detail to our build, and it will also allow us to place it without destroying the greenhouse wall behind it. So go ahead, pick up all your thatch ceilings and everything will stay in place. And there you can see it gives a little more detail here on the front. So we're going to go around to the back and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to place a thatch ceiling down in front of each greenhouse wall and then place a wooden door frame in front of them, rotate it so it's on the thatch ceiling and flipped around, and then pick everything up. So now that we have this placed on the back side as well, we're going to go down to this 2 high greenhouse walls down here and again place a thatch ceiling in front of all of these. Then this time we are instead going to place down wood railings once again on the thatch ceiling so that it doesn't destroy the greenhouse. And we're going to place those 4 high just to kind of give this a little bit of a great appearance to our windows. And then once you have that done, go ahead and pick up the thatch ceilings as we did before. Alright, now back on the inside on our first floor, we're going to go ahead in here and we're going to place ladders to help us get up to the second floor. So go ahead and place a ladder right here. Make sure that you can actually climb up it like so. There we go, it works. And then just go ahead and add 2 more ladders on top of that to reach our ceiling above. And let's go ahead and make sure we are able to climb up there. Yes, we are. Everything's good. Now up here, we're going to go ahead and place a fireplace right here in the center along where that wood is on the outside. So first we need to use a ladder, place that down, climb up on it, and that will allow you to then place a fireplace perfectly straight. So jump off, and we want to be placing them in between on the stone wall where we have those kind of wooden brackets. We want to place it perfectly in between that. Make sure you're not going through the stone wall, and just try to get it as perfectly between the two as you can, and then place it down. And you can see there it lines up well with those wooden walls on the outside. If we were to place it in front of the greenhouse, it would look weird. You'd be able to see it through the window. So that's why we placed it in front of the wood. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for the building portion of this video. Now for the paint scheme, it is a little more complex for this video, so I'm actually going to leave it in the description below, which quite honestly, I might end up doing that for all my videos from now on out. But the colors you're going to need is white, mud, and forest. So I'm going to go ahead, apply the paint scheme. I'm going to add some decorations, hang around for one more second, and I'll show you what I come up with. Alright guys, so here we have the paint scheme has been applied. When we get up a little bit closer, you'll be able to see how the mud color on the stripes of the wood really helps it pop out and give us that Tudor or medieval style look. But this is the paint scheme. Like I said, the paint scheme is in the description below if you want to know exactly what I did. I'll actually come in here a little bit closer so you can see how the stripes are standing off of the walls. It gives us that nice medieval Tudor style look. Now for the decorations, I've just added some clutter here around the front of the build just to give the outside of our build a little more life. And I've of course added a torch right there by our door to help us find our door at night. As we head inside, I've added a little bit more clutter and storage there in that corner. I've added a bunch of low-level kind of beginner crafting stuff over here in that portion of the build over there, as well as a map for decoration. We've got a few chairs over here to look out our windows and sit and just relax. And then we have a preserving bin and a little bit more storage over here. As we head upstairs, I've turned the upstairs kind of into more of a personal area, a bedroom as you will. We have our fireplace going. We've got some storage over here in the corner. Placed down a rug and a chair in front of the fireplace, of course. And then I've built a kind of master bed here with a T-Rex head over top of it. And we've got some torches on some artifact stands to kind of give us the effect of some lights. Now, you could obviously replace those with artifacts if you wanted it to be a little bit more cool up here in your bedroom. But alright guys, that is going to do it for this video and this build. I hope you enjoyed the build, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was easy enough for you to follow along and get this build on your arc. And guys, if you did enjoy the build in the video and you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that like button. I really appreciate every like, as those help my videos get noticed and help my channel grow. And of course guys, leave me some feedback in the comment section below on what you think about this build, as well as some future builds that you might want to see. I'm always down to take recommendations and focus on building stuff that you guys want to see. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stick around for future Arc Let's Build videos. Guys, I just once again want to tell you thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for checking out the video, and have a great day.